Back in 2013, in my early high school days, I wrote Notch an email that I hoped would change his life. Spoiler alert, it didn't, as he let me know in one of the most interesting exchanges of my life. But let me start by briefly catching you up on the backstory, because it speaks to something that makes Minecraft so uniquely special. See, I discovered Minecraft a bit over a year before my email to Notch, shortly after its official 1.0 release. As so many others can relate to, the game would go on to help shape those formative years. I made new friends through it, I got in touch with the creative side that didn't really have much of an outlet at that time, and it even drew me to video creation at my original channel, before this one. Linked below in case you want to laugh at my expense.
Ooh, jeez. Oh, boy.
But in the midst of all these things, there was something about Minecraft that hit me way deeper than I expected. The simplistic and retro aesthetic made me feel nostalgic for a world that, as a 2000s kid, I had never actually known. I was also at the age when life was starting to move faster, and the game's soundtrack seemed to perfectly encapsulate the bittersweet emotions of growing up. This was further emphasized by its childlike atmosphere. For many of us, the game's primary passive mobs are the same farm animals we learned as some of our first words in preschool, and the blocky world is reminiscent of our old Legos or building blocks. Minecraft, like childhood for many of us, had fewer distractions and seemed to touch on the simple things I had loved as a little guy. Fun with friends, building things, using my imagination. It felt exciting and new, but it was also a reflection of the past. A game that seemed to transcend time and even help reconcile my emotions with growing up. This was all before Notch's statements made him a controversial figure, and I was a huge fan of his for creating this masterpiece that meant so much to me. So I was devastated to learn that the creator of this beautiful game was an atheist. I've always been Catholic, not a very good one, but I want to get better, and at the time I thought, how could his game have things so right when he had them so wrong? My 15-year-old mind concocted a plan to resolve everything. I would write him an email to let him know that I was impressed by his decision to donate large sums of money to charities, especially given that he was an atheist and that, obviously, some atheists don't have moral beliefs. Then I would encourage him to go to church, and clearly, how could an email like that fail at all? So that's what I did. Hello, Notch. I just want to say that I'm very impressed that you helped raise $458,248.99 for charity, as well as donate $250,000 to the EFF's Defend Innovation Project. Everyone admires you for creating such an amazing game, but I admire you for what you do outside of Minecraft. Additionally, I admire that you did this even though you're an atheist, because I know many people who don't have any moral values because they don't believe in God. Nonetheless, I think you should go to a church service one day. Even if you don't agree with their religious views, you can learn a lot about morality. I know you'll probably laugh at me for sending you an email about moral views rather than Minecraft, but I thank you for reading this message, and I hope you will continue to donate to charity, raise money, and maybe one day listen to my advice. Trent. As much as I wish he hadn't, Notch saw this masterpiece of an email, and believe it or not, would you believe this? He didn't love it. His response is as follows. Thank you, but I'm not going back to church. I went to church as a child, but quickly realized there's no rational reason to believe in any God and moved on with my life. I'm a man of reason, not of superstition, and I consider religion harmful. Can't say I blame him at all for tearing me up in that response. In fact, I'm partly grateful that he did because it taught me what kind of response I can expect for sending out an email like that. To be honest though, as much as the whole thing makes me facepalm, I look back somewhat fondly on this little correspondence. To me, Minecraft is kind of a game about growing up, and this serves as a time capsule to remind me of who I was at that stage of life, and gives me an opportunity to laugh at my old self. For those who don't know, I recently got this channel back after being mistakenly banned from YouTube 11 years ago. I covered the whole saga in another video, but what I didn't mention is that I'd planned to move back into some Minecraft content right before the ban hit. In many ways, this video is the culmination of those 11 years. The kind of a reflection on Minecraft I would have wanted to make back then, even if I didn't have the words at the time. Revisiting the old updates and preparing it has actually helped as I come to terms with all that's changed over the course of that ban, just as Minecraft helped me to process life's changes years ago. That's why I emailed Notch in the first place. Silly as it was, I was so grateful for his game and just wanted the absolute best for its creator. I'm still just as grateful for Minecraft. Over the years, I've realized Notch couldn't have been aware of the full extent of the impact it would have on so many players. Something like that couldn't be planned. Everything had to fall into place just right. The soundtrack, the builds, the shared experience it would provide for so many kids. These all came together to give Minecraft its ethos. And I can't imagine how many awkward teens like me were forever changed because of it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Oh, and Notch, if you're watching, get a church service in there.